Greetings, greetings, everyone. Honor to you all. May all be well with you all. May all be well with your loved ones. And I pray that everyone is in good health. You know, like seriously, I do pray that everyone is in good health. And, just much love, much respect to you all. With that being said, I want to cover something real quick. Right? Let's just have a little fun with this. I made a post early this morning. Okay? And it says, you cannot serve two gods. You pray all year to deities. Then when shit hit the fan, you pray to the Most High. Upsetting the deity you pray to all year, which has repercussions and consequences. All right, let's go into this. Right? God damn it. I thought I put this private. Anyway. So a brother put facts. Hey ya is the creator. He chose the upright people, Yashoran, right? Then a sister put, yet Yah portrayed the Most High as a man and choose to call him father. I thought it didn't have a gender. People should pray and believe to who they like to. And there's more comments below that. I'll get into it later on. All right. We'll make this quick. I have time today. Today I got time. Time today. Time. Right? All right. So when I'm saying that you can't serve two gods, you can't pray to deities and then want to call the Most High or pray to the Most High, don't work like that. First of all, if you're doing any form of praying, that means you believe in the spiritual. Okay? And if you believe in the spiritual, that means you have had spiritual experiences. If not, and you're praying or you're commenting in this world of the spiritual, you're pretending. You have no connection, none whatsoever. Okay? So then you wouldn't overstand or you wouldn't understand. Okay? You wouldn't comprehend what's being said here. All right? Every deity has a creation story. Every deity has a creation story. Let's just get this straight. Doesn't matter which part of the world you come from. You ask everyone about a deity that they honor or pray to, and you ask them the origin story of that deity, they'll tell you the creation story that that deity came from a greater power. It's just a fact. Okay? So if you are praying to that deity, okay, and when we're dealing with deities are part of shrines. Shrines are off. When I say shrines, we're talking about like the Shriners, Kemetic Shriners, them Onquin folks and the lodges. You see what I'm saying? We know there's many fractions of the lodge, okay? There's a root working fraction of the lodge, so on and so. We know these things, all right? It's not that we don't know these things. We know these things. For those who are familiar with this part of the world, right? This side of the information. So now let's get into it. Let's get more into it. Let me just say, no man knows the minute or the hour. No man. No man or woman, right, knows what the creation source looks like of the all. None. Not I, not you. No one. Okay? That's why there is no story of the creation source of the all. All right, let's just get to it with that, right? But there's stories of how your deity was created. You understand? Now some people might get offended. That's all right. There's no issues with it. This is all out of love, right? and exchange of information doesn't hurt. I am very much so open. Um, Also, before I even get more into it, to MJG89. A while ago, a few months ago, you shared something with me, and best believe I did take up on it. And yes, you were on point. You were definitely on point. You were accurate. And yeah, so I thank you for that information. And yeah, it has opened up a world of information, sis. A world of information. Thank you. All right, so now let's get back to this, right? So okay, so the comment. The So what I said was, you cannot serve two gods. You pray all year to deities, then when shit hit the fan, you pray to the Most High, upsetting the deity you pray to all year, which has repercussions and consequences. Which is true. It's not that it's not true. It is true. Now again, a brother commented and he put facts. Hey ya, is the creator. He chose the upright people. Yashorin. I hit the like button. A sister put, and this a sister put, yet Yah portrayed the Most High as a man and chose to call him Father. I thought it didn't have a gender. People should pray and believe to who they like to. That's fine. If you want to pray to whatever you want to pray to, there's no issues with that. That's fine. You can pray to whatever you want to pray to. That is free will, whether you believe in free will or not, because that's going to lead me to her other comments when she, was speaking like free will doesn't exist. Now, let's keep going. And then we're going to just break down the whole thing. So when she put yet Yah, she grouped everyone into one category, right? So I just put, do not assume to think that because I like the brother's comment that you know what I portray the Most High as. And if my comment offended you so much, then it seems you may be praying to deities. Otherwise, you would have never made that comment, right? And not the source where all comes from. But hey, you are free to do as you please. The Most High gave you free will, but your deity bound you to an oath and a contract, which is facts. Okay, that's a fact, which I'm sure your recruiters didn't tell you how to break because they need to keep you spiritually bound. That's how the lodge works. In a lodge, you have to be spiritually bound. That's a fact. P.S. I don't care what anyone wants to identify the Most High as. So you're getting worked up over the sex of the Most High, something you have never seen to tell. So at this point, calling the Most High a male or a female would be you guessing, which is true. It would be you guessing, right? People make big deals over trivial things and wonder why they cannot truly evolve, which is true. As to what I and my ancestors identify the Most High as, that's nobody's business but between me and my bloodline. You see what I'm saying? Now, so I also put all deities story tell you that they were created by something greater than them. So why pray to the child when it is the parent or parents, however you view it? That is the core of all things. Your deity, even your deity you pray to. So then the sister comes here. She puts, people I don't know can't offend I, which is true. That's true. I responded to your comment and then I saw the other comment. So I put the two in one. How could you? So you lump sum me and the brother in one category. Why would you do that? My comment wasn't about the brother's comment. My post wasn't a comment, it was a post. Right? What you're doing now, you're commenting on my post and you lump something. But anyway, this is troll. So it's put, people I don't know can't offend I. I responded to your comment, Then I saw the other comment, so I put the two in one. Why? Anyway, what's the prob of I assuming? Because the assumptions was wrong. If it's not the truth about you, then feel free to answer without getting offended. Laughing my ass off. Oh, that's cute. I don't pray to anything but myself. Okay, that's fine. You can pray to yourself. I just don't like people who think they can say what people can and or should do or can't and shouldn't do. Your belief of the Most High came straight from a certain book because it says the same shit about free will this and free will that. My belief of the Most High didn't come from a book. All right. First of all, I've been to churches only for funerals and weddings. Facts. So my belief from the Most High did not come from the Bible, didn't come from the Quran, didn't come from the Hadith, didn't come from the Kiba Nagasta. None of these books. Okay? So your assumptions is wrong. First of all, I don't even practice the new arts of the mumbo jumbo that a lot of people out here practice. I stick to my ancestral arts of my bloodline. Period. Some old school. But that's my business. I don't put it out there. Period. All right, so she said, okay. So I don't pray to anything but to myself. That's fine. You can pray to yourself. That's meditation. You know, that's self-boosting self-confidence. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't like people who think they can say what people can and or should do or can't and shouldn't do. No. Your belief of the Most High came straight from a certain book because it says the same shit about free will and free will this and free will that. Now, when someone refers to says the same shit about free will this and free will that, you know what that means? Something happened to them where they were in a situation where their free will or their will was violated and it was nothing they could do about it. That's what that means. Right? But at the end of the day, the person that violated you freely violated you, meaning they used their free will to say they were going to violate you. And their free will overpowered yours. Because this world, everyday life, is about power. Knowledge is power. Exercising that knowledge is power. Turning the engine in a car, putting gas in the car so the car can move depends on power. You need a power source for everything. Power. You pray to self because you're empowering yourself. Power. That's why you're praying to self, for empowerment. Power. So when you see someone say free will this, free will that bullshit, they were violated in an ultimate way, probably multiple times. So that's just their look on the world. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're free to look at the world how you want to look at the world. But not everyone in the world is like those who violated you. Let me keep going. Oh, hold on. My screen went out. Right. Okay. So, yes. So about free will this and free will that. No disrespect to you, but if there was a person up there waiting to come and save us, I wouldn't want its help. I don't believe in that shit. And I'm not even getting worked up. You, though, and then she put an emoji. That's cute. That's cute. Yeah, the emoji with the hand over the nose, pinching the nose type of shit. That's cute. You can't write something and then don't want people to comment on it. Now, don't be silly, Hunt. Okay. Now, don't be silly, hun. That's cute. Then she goes on to say, if it if it was really only your business, like you said, laugh, you wouldn't comment about it for people to open their mouth about it. All I did was made a comment on serving two masters, which is true. Can't serve two masters unless you're in the BDSM world and you're branded by two different masters and you're being passed around. You know what I mean? Then I guess that's if you're looking at it like that, right? But what kind of self empowerment is that? It's not self empowering. That's empowering the person that's passing you around. That's all that is. Period. Right? So let's go to the other. And she goes on to say, like I said, I don't pray to anything but myself. I am my own goddess. And I don't know, or, well, this is a typo. She put parat, but she mean pray. And I don't know or pray. You an entity outside of I to talk, or I don't know you or pray to entity you and entities outside of I to talk that dumb talk. Good day to you, handsome. How you know I'm handsome? I can look like bird shit. How you know that? Do you know me? You know me? You know me? You ran your fingers through my hair? I don't know. But you seem pretty worked up, sis. I don't know. You seem pretty worked up. You know, if the stone was cast, then the person holla, Sister Cherokee Tolu honor sis. Nichelle Marquise honor Don Juan honor Mr. Nino 3 honor. So the brother comments, the brother says, believing in foreign BS is the reason why we are at the bottom. Facts. Colonization, Christianity, or death. Facts. Islam or death. Facts. Babylonian faith or death. Facts. Which is basically all the same thing. Facts. So it really is recognized. Your creator or serve the deities of nations that hate you. Facts. I don't believe this person prayed to themselves because the whole thing was about worshiping two gods, two masters. I had no comment about anyone that prays to their self. So why would you comment on it? You commented on it because you're praying to a deity. And you probably took on, because people that pray to deities, they take on the personification of their deity. So if the deity is a war deity, they take on that personification. That's them killing off their old self, because maybe the old self went through a lot of trials and tribulations and just couldn't cut it, right? That's them becoming something new. But what new would they become? They were given a deity, or maybe they freely chose the deity in which resonated or related with their life. And they chose that deity and took on the personification of that deity. Because if you pray to yourself, my post has nothing to do with you to comment on. So you wasted your time to comment on the post for no reason. Now let's go into deity worshiping, okay? Because people need to understand something here. Because people think they know shit and you don't know shit. And this is going to be out of love, sis. Out of love. There have been so many years of brainwashing, okay? So many years of brainwashing, so many years of psychological programming on people in general, on the minds of the masses. All right. These things comes via through the way organizations put out there within communities, right? Organizations that has been laid there at your feet as a entrapment, psychological entrapment. Organizations that make you feel like you have spiritual freedom, but what you did was bound and now you are spiritually bound, right? You cannot expect to be free if you are still trapped psychologically to something else, someone else, right? That person, that organization, they have power over you. You see what power is? The world runs off of power. You're the pawn that thinks that you're free and that you're thinking freely. But if you were thinking freely, you wouldn't have to take on the personification of a deity. You wouldn't have to, because you have something related to that deity, you started acting as if you are that deity, calling yourself a goddess because of that deity. Okay? If you don't believe in free will, then why are you calling yourself a goddess? That's free will. If you don't believe in free will, then why are you praying to self? That's free will. You see what I'm saying? It's just that there comes times where someone else's energy is more powerful than yours, whether it's in the physical or whether it's in the spiritual. You see what I'm saying? We all come across certain things like that. Some people have very bad experiences. Some people don't. Okay? Now, you mentioned a certain book. If you understood what these spiritual books are, you would have never even mentioned it. Because I can tell you, I don't read those books for something coming out the sky to come save I. I know what is to save I, and that is within I self. I self, law, and master. I am master of I self. I am of the creation source. My parents is of the creation source. Their parents is of the creation source. They didn't come from a deity that came from the creation source. If other tribes tell it, or not even tribes, other cults out there tell it. We're in the day of age where you have a lot of people that have mastered psychology and come and spit this deity talk, this spiritual talk to people to entrap them, especially people who have been through grave things in their life. And they feel like this has freed me. It has empowered me, right? It's like a certain organization out there that gets you to file paperwork. It has their name on the letterhead. And in the documentations, it tells you that this organization's job is to make you a citizen of a very entity that wishes to enslave you anyway. But you still believe it's freeing you, and it's not. It's the same thing with that world, that occult world. When there's a ceremony, when you went to go learn from these elders, remember, many of the elders that we know are frauds. These elders never went and sat down at the foot of the original bloodline people, that original bloodline family, at their foot to get the knowledge of the deity that belongs to their family. Yeah? Or to get the permission to even use that deity. So what are you doing? You just entrapped yourself into something you have no understanding off of, because that elder is a master at psychology. Chances are that elder is a pervert. Also, how many of these elders are coming out to be perverts? Brainwash so many people. Look at Malachi Z. York. Look at Africa Bambaataa. Look at them people. Look at them. Look at the two Caucasian dudes that got locked up the other day. When they also had the what's her name? The lady from Dynasty, man. The Dynasty Star's daughter got her trapped in a sex cult, had her thinking that it was spiritual freedom and empowerment, had her doing all sorts of orgies and sending her from lodge to lodge, and then branded her with the man's initials. Didn't even know that was the man's initials on her. And her mother been trying for 2 years to free her from it, but she got so mentally latched onto it and was preaching this to other people, thinking that she was spiritually free, mentally free, not knowing that she was just deeper enslaved and entrapped. Right? It's like a female in a gang of nothing but dudes, and they use her for sex all the time. And she feels that it's protection because anything else outside of the gang that approaches her, they protect her. It's territorial. It's not about protecting you. It's about men being territorial. It's about their pride is what they're protecting. It wasn't really about you. It's territorial. See the psychology there? You think it's you, but it's not. Because they themselves are abusing you every day. Because in order for you to feel protected, they have to gangbang you. That's not protection. They're using you. Wake up, people. Wake up. It doesn't matter if one identifies the creation source as a male or a female. How does it affect your life? How does it affect you? It doesn't. How did if he says the Most High is a male, how did it change your life? It doesn't. He's not walking in your shoes. He's not wearing your clothes. He's not living your everyday life. He's not experiencing the things that you're experiencing. He's free to do so, to call the source whatever he wants to call the source. Me, I grew up in a home with both parents. My mother and father was married for over 30-something years. Okay? My mother and father was very much so in love. Were they perfect? No, they weren't. She stayed with him straight up to his deathbed. All right? My father did not look at my mother and say, "Ah, gosh, I'm not going to fuck this woman because she identifies as a woman, God damn it." My mother didn't say, "Oh, gosh, I'm not going to give him the pussy because he identifies as a man, God damn it." The two came together because there was a source greater than them that made it so that they can be here. So then the one brought two. The two came together and created one. Created this vessel here that I, the soul, could inhabit it and bring brought and to be brought forth. And here I am. Now, sis, it sounds like you're borderline an atheist because you pray to yourself. So, do you believe in a greater power than self, a greater power that allowed you to be here? You know, yes or no? You see what I'm saying? Yes or no? Because you can pray to yourself and call yourself a goddess every day. That's fine. And the next person can look at you and be like, "You ain't no goddess." You can't stop that person from saying that or thinking that or believing that. What should make another person believe that you're a goddess? And then do you even care if they believe it or not? Right? Because you're saying you don't care, but you cared enough to comment on my post that had nothing to do with you because you pray to yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, do we think about the things that we say before we say them? Or do we get into our feelings and comment on things, not understanding the depth of what you're commenting on? Or was it that a stone was thrown and you got hit, so you hollered? Which was it? Right? If one does not understand the world of the occult, yeah, one cannot comment and tell me nothing. Right? Everything is about power and psychological control. Look at the world today. The man that weaponized the coronavirus, yeah? What is the coronavirus? It is hundreds of other viruses, yeah? That none of them have a cure for. The man that can't even come up with with a cure for the common cold is going to tell you to wear a mask. But then on the package of the mask, it says to follow the OSHA guidelines. And the OSHA guidelines tells you that the mask gives you oxygen deficiency. Now watch the lunacy with this. But yet still you have people still outside wearing masks in even 100-degree weathers, suffocating themselves to death. Loved ones crying when their loved ones fall down and drop down dead, wondering why is they dead? We did what Fauci said. We did what this person said. But that was their free will. You see that? To wear that mask. That was also their ignorance not to know the law that protected them, or even want to go research the law that protected them. I literally read the OSHA guidelines and read the mask package to someone, and they still went back, well, Fauci said. But then when I said, but Fauci was the one that weaponized this thing. Oh, show me that. And then when I showed it, they said that's my information. You see the ignorance? The world that we live in? Lunatics. Straight lunacy. People that has high degrees. High degrees. See what I'm saying? Wake up. And what did Fauci and them use to get you to wear a mask every day? Psychology. That's what they used. Psychology. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. They mind effed you. That's it. What do these cult leaders use on you? Psychology. Then they get you to brand yourself. And you brand yourself with a mark. You know, an animal, a plant, a bug. Do you really truly know the dualities of the meaning of these things that you're putting on your body? These are calling cards for folks that are in that community. So when they see it, they approach you a certain way. So don't get offended because you're wearing the calling card on your body. This is the occult world. This is the world of people who pray to deities, people who believe in deities, and deities have a time when they're ready to collect. So if you pray to self, which you claim, yeah, that means you believe in the spiritual. So if you believe in the spiritual, you're not going to sit here and try to convince me that you only pray to yourself. That would be horse shit. That's bullshit. You can lie to yourself, but don't lie to me. Okay? If one is really and truly in tune with the spiritual realm, if one is really and truly a soul that is soulfully connected to all, then one knows, okay, pay attention. One knows what it means to contract with deities. All right? And if you don't do it. Because this is where blood sacrifice comes from. This is where pedophilia comes from. This is where rape and all sorts of stuff comes from. This is where offering up your child comes from. Your firstborn, whether it be a blood sacrifice or whether it be the body of your child to a pedophile. This is where doing whatever it takes for riches comes from. Now, in some of these cases, these people don't know that these things are going to happen. But the person that recruited you, they know. because your name is on a list. And they'll build you up. They'll take you to the very high, like the music industry. And when they're ready to collect, they're going to collect. Unless you know how to break that contract. Which majority of you don't know how to break that contract. Okay? So, you say you pray to yourself and that you're a goddess. So then my post had nothing to do with you whatsoever. I'm not telling one they cannot pray to 2 masters, 3 masters, 4, 5. I'm just saying be prepared for the repercussions and the consequences. Because there's repercussions and consequences to everything in life. Period. Okay? Decisions that we make every day has repercussions and consequences. Period. Folks who are in that world, they learn psychology to mind fuck other people. That means that's a manipulation. You can't advise me on the spiritual. You can't. That's manipulation. That's a lot of bad karma. But anyway, y'all. Yep. That was the comments from the platform. That was the comments. Look, man, let me just say this to everyone out there, man. And I need folks to really pay attention. Okay? We live in a world where they want a versus thing. Man versus woman. Battle of the sexes. But keep in mind, in order for you to even, I don't care if your daddy or your mother was a piece of shit, they still came together in one unity, in one as one unit to bring you forth. Okay? So there's no battle of the sexes. Battle of the sexes came from a source that wanted to keep you docile, that wanted to keep you down, that wanted to take away power from you. Okay? That's where that came from, so that they can rule over you because you're worried about trivial shit. Hence, this is why you're in the situation that you're in now today. This is why you're wearing a mask in a fake pandemic. This is why there's mass flooding going on, and no one is tackling the issue to why these mass floodings are going on, that contractors dug up levees and these things and never fixed them back. Dragged out the work for years. So when rain started coming now in the rain season, the floods became more massive than what they were supposed to be and are killing hundreds of thousands of people all over the Americas, all throughout the Caribbean, all over the world. No one is addressing these things. You see that? Because there's a gender war of the male versus the female. Even a gay guy, when a gay guy wants a child, he still needs the ovaries of a woman. Even a lesbian, when she wants a child, she still needs the sperm of a man. What fucking gender war? There is none. Wake up. You're in the middle of a reset and you're worried about trivial shit. I better research what a reset is and prepare. Because you were being warned by the last president, should I call it that? Even though he's still in office. And the one that y'all voted in, that's the one that's coming to put the nail in your coffin. That third and fourth year, watch and see what's going to happen. Get out of her. Get out of her. All right, y'all. About to get up out of here. Thank you all for joining. Young Cherokee Peasy Original Lone Wolf, Redneck, Ringwood, EA Sports. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, say peace, love, light to you all. You know, and just look, man, just have a good one. All right, have a good one. All right, because again, man, just be prepared. Chase truth. Heya Haru Aman Ray El Bay, Kappa Hot Step, El Wall, Do Lester, Genesis American, Alex Anthon Warmington. You know, just honor to you all, man. And just peace to you all.